Now, the Delhi Red Fort blast case has taken a pretty sharp turn. The Delhi Police Special Cell has now registered a separate FIR under sections of criminal conspiracy. And now the investigation is deepening beyond the initial FIR that had been filed after the Red Fort explosion, and agencies want to leave no loose ends. The focus is now on the doctors who still remain inaccessible, people who were in contact with the suspected doctors linked to the Al-Falah University. And the investigators traced a doctor who spoke multiple times to Muzammil based on his call data. But when the teams reached his phone, it had been switched off. Now, the NIA has made a key arrest, a doctor in his mid-40s who was working at a medical college in Pathankot. And sources say that he has previous links to the Al-Falah University and was in telephonic contact with Dr. Umar Nabi, the primary accused, the man who was behind the wheel of the car, the I-20 car that exploded in the national capital, raising questions about the possible networks. Now, another CCTV footage has also surfaced of Umar Nabi, and this is at a mobile phone shop where he apparently was getting his mobile phone repaired. Now, according to sources, the Delhi Police Crime Branch has also filed 2 FIRs against the Al-Falah University. The FIR has been registered against the Al-Falah University for cheating, while another one has been registered under sections of forgery. And this FIR was filed based on a complaint from the University Grants Commission. And the Delhi Police has issued a notice to Al-Falah University and has requested certain documents. And amidst this, there is also a big action from the National Medical Commission. 4 doctors involved in the blast have now been removed from the Indian Medical Register following the FIR under UAPA. And this includes Dr. Muzaffar Ahmed, Dr. Adil Ahmed Radha, and Dr. Muzammil Shakil and Dr. Shaheen Saeed. And this now opens another line of investigation, one that leads to Shaheen's brother, and that is Parvez. The agencies are tracking people close to them and are probing Parvez's links with Kashmiri networks in Lucknow. The local intelligence unit has been mobilized. It is gathering information on students, teachers and staff of the Kashmiri origin across Lucknow's educational institutions. Integral University has already submitted a detailed list of the students, and other campuses are also now being examined. Call records, phone data and visitor details from Parvez's time at Integral University are all under the scanner. All right, now joining us on the broadcast, we've got Mr. Yashovardhan Azad, who's a former IPS and CIC, and he's also served as the Special Director of IB and Secretary in Security in the Government of India. Mr. Azad, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on WION. Now, one of the things that a lot of people are finding really baffling as this investigation continues to unearth more details and more evidence is the number of doctors who have been picked up and arrested as part of this investigation. Now, this is a module, a very detailed one, which is being linked to Jaish, which has used these doctors to perpetrate this terror attack that has taken place in Delhi. Why do you think that it is predominantly the doctors, very highly qualified individuals who are working in this very noble profession, have been radicalized in this manner and then used by the Jaish to perpetrate this attack?
Well, that's a very, very important question. Radicalization is an issue which is a huge problem all over the world. If you see many of the attacks, the terror attacks, they were manned by very educated people. Even the 9/11 attack, there were software engineers, there were pilots, there were people who were trained in Germany. As also, if you remember, al-Zawahiri was himself a doctor. And in the San Bernardino attack in 2015 in America, it was a couple which was very well off. And the FBI was baffled as to why people of this social standing and stature have committed this. We are battling with this also in India. In the case of when the ISIS was luring the youngsters on the internet from Kerala, most of them were educated. They went there. Some of them died on the battlefields and some of them ran away out of fear. And when the security agencies were interviewing them, then they said that this campaign was so attractive. And this campaign was not asking them to kill or anything, but this campaign was luring them to reach a higher level of Islamic existence. This was pure living. And
Right.
that is why this kind of radicalization, when it attracts the educated, it becomes more and more dangerous.
And also another fact which a lot of people are finding really hard to digest is that 2,900 kilograms of explosive material was brought and stored literally on the outskirts of India's national capital. And when this was taken, of course, to the Kashmir Valley, some of it has apparently exploded, resulting in that tragedy there. But the question is this: how can these individuals, we do not know how big this network is, succeed in bringing in so much amount of this explosive material without the investigative agencies getting a wind of it?
The first thing is that this module was developing for the last 2 years. Al-Falah University in room number 13 and 20, these were the centers, these were the hubs of conspiracy where the various doctors were meeting. They had a fleet of cars, in various names, and, also registered under fake addresses and fake names. And these were the cars which were usually taken to place like New near Faridabad. It's a place where there are a lot of other activities, shady activities going on. And that is where the plotting was going on, and these material was being brought in, not in one shift, but many, many shifts. And that is why the whole focus is on Al-Falah University, because in these 2 years when all these things were happening, somebody should have noticed all that. They didn't. And hence those names which you were talking about, the list of doctors which has come through technical evidence, they are the people who are approached. They are the people who are being asked as to why they did not report so far.
Indeed. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Yashovardhan Azad, for joining us with all those details there.
Thank you.